as you get older, I've always had a very vivid imagination. Well, as you get older, you learn to use that imagination on things like this, paintings like these that you're looking at now, and that's what I love to do. I'm 75 years old now. I started when I was 5. I sold my first piece of art when I was 5. I lived in England then, as before I came to the United States, and I happened to draw a sailboat laying down, and a gentleman walked by and he said, "Hey, that's me sailboat." And he said, "Would you sell it?" I was 5 years old. I didn't know a lot about selling at that point. So he said, "I'll give you 10 shillings for it," which in England, the difference here is about 65 cents in American money. So I said yes, and he took it and made me sign it. And of course, I didn't know cursive, but I did know how to print. So I printed my name, Frankie, which is what I was called in those days. And he showed it to some other friends who were rag sailors or sailboaters. And they came by, but he told them, yeah, I gave him a pound for that. 10 shillings is a half a pound. He says, I give him a pound for that drawing. So they came down and said, now you'll draw mine, but for a pound, right? And I said, sure. And so I started making some money. And then when I came to the United States, I made other money on doing T-shirts with hot rods. I got a real learning experience from a guy by the name of Big Daddy Roth down at the uh, Autorama in Detroit at Cobo Hall. And I would sit and watch him rather than go look at cars. And he gave me some advice on where to get equipment from. And so I started selling shirts in school, in junior high school in Roseville and at Guest Junior High, and made some money there. And then I went to high school, and had a great art teacher, and I went all 3 years into his art class and learned a lot of things from him, Mr. Winiga. And then, you graduate from high school, and then life kind of takes over. You go to work, and then you get drafted, and you're gone for a couple of years, and then you come back, and you meet a beautiful young lady, and you get married. And we've been married now for 50, going on 54 years. But I did some stuff for my children. I had 2 daughters, did some things for them both, and then for my grandchildren also. They needed a picture for school or something. And so, but then when I fully retired about 6 years ago, then I said, I'm going back to art, and that's what I want to do. And here I am today. Mainly I create abstract painting. That's really my key right now. I've done numerous other things in the past, but I'm really focused now on abstract painting. I have a mentor in France who I've been following for a couple of years, and he's given me a lot of insight on blending colors and so forth. So, well, it has 2 facets. Number one is the using your imagination and using your talent. My grandmother in England used to tell me, Frank, you've got a God-given talent, don't waste it. And so that's why I used to draw down on the beach. And so, but anyways, so you're using that talent, and it's like, ooh, I got this right, I got this right. And then when you step back when you're done and you look at it and you say, wow, I love that piece. And then you think to yourself, I'm the one that created it. If you're something that you love to do, some type of painting, any kind of drawing, do it and continue to do it, and then look for ways to learn more. Today, I didn't have YouTube, I didn't have Pinterest, I didn't have any of those places where I could go look at things and say, yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. There you can learn a lot online. I was never a big fan of all that new technology coming in, but I am now.